come on now. I said, yeah, yeah, I said, yeah, yeah, come on. I said, whoo. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of Fantasia? Maybe, maybe not, but we're on screen. This is Saturday morning, having a good time, a wonderful time, chilling out. You and I, me, NERDSoul Light, kicking it and doing our thing. Big shout out to Geek Fine Art, artist sponsor wall behind me. Much love today for art. Check him out on Instagram, Geek Fine Art. And one more shout out before I get started. The podcast Blurtist. Those dudes are awesome. From NOLA. Is it NOLA? New Orleans? New Orleans? NOLA? No. They down Baton Rouge, something like that. They down there, all right? But holla at them. Check them out. So, how you feeling about that Mandalorian right now? All right. Mandalorian looking pretty fresh. I'm just saying, it's looking pretty good right now. We had a little dip, and we're going to be getting into the Gunslinger and the Prisoner. And my question for you is, what are your thoughts on the Gunslinger and the Prisoner? And what are your thoughts with them kind of intertwined, going one behind the other? Because we see this progression of, there's not like this tight, like tight-knit story because we have this kind of Western kind of thing going on. But it seems that at every turn, ever since he's made the decision to take care of the child, ever since he's made the decision to take care of the kid, it seems like everybody is willing to do him dirty, bruh. Like, and it is on another level. Like, every time we turn around, someone is trying to get one up on your boy. So, since the Gunslinger came out first in episode 5, we'll talk about Gunslinger for a little bit, and then we'll get into the Prisoner. The thing that I liked about the Gunslinger off bat was old girl that was the mechanic, when she was like, this hanger, carbon scoring, yo, it's fun. It's like the thing that I thought about most was the episode of Martin when the plumber came, and he was like, it might cost you a little, it might cost you a lot, but it'll cost you. So I just love that feel that we got, because it's, if they're not trying to kill him, they're trying to swindle him. And then it's like, this hanger, man, I'm gonna have to charge a lot for that. That's gonna set you back. Like, so it's like the dude can't win, no matter what. Like, he wins, but he doesn't really win. It's more as he's kind of skating by, and hopefully making it. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time so she's like, yo, you got some money? You're like, well, I got a little bit. I can get you some more. Just fix the ship and no droids. Now, the funny thing is we got to see the droids from the Clone Wars era. And the way he came out and just immediately was like, pow, like, yo, Mandalorian does not, but we know why he doesn't like droids. But it's, with the flashbacks, but it's just funny how homie did not ask questions. He did not pass go. He did not do none of that stuff. He immediately came out, plaka, plaka. Like, he's not playing with droids. And to see how scared they were for the rest of the episode of him, I thought that was pretty cool. The biggest part that I liked about episode 5 was the new kid. Here's why. I'm sure we can all relate to that one guy or girl that wants to be in your industry and really isn't talented or blessed in that, field or whatever to be in your industry, but they got the money to be in the industry. Because if you looked at him, homie had the jacket, he had the pants, he had the blaster, he had the cool but not binocs. He had everything money could buy except credibility. And when I saw him, I saw every kind of like poser, sleazy guy or girl that's been at school or at work that I've had to deal with that, they swear they can do your job just like you, like they're your contemporary, and you're like, gotta step your game up, and like just so focused on being cool. I was like, man, you whack. Man, you whack. I can't wait till you get yours. And he did get his at the end of the episode, but I liked seeing him in this world because, just like anywhere else in the galaxy, there's going to be people that really do it, people that fake it till they make it, people that are, all of that. And I like how we're seeing more and more of this world that's giving us an idea of like, oh, so there's douchebags here too. Oh, there's, posers and stuff here too. And then going to Mos Eisley, I thought that was kind of cool because right after that gunfight at the beginning of the show, which I really enjoyed, because once again, dude can't catch a break. Like, everybody gunning for him. I mean, I guess rightfully so, because I'm sure Baby Yoda is churning out mad dollars. But every time you turn around, he can't catch a break. Now, we're going to talk about those breaks he can't catch in a second. But before we go any further, I want to give a big shout out to my Patreon supporters. Big shout out to Enrique Carrion, his comic book Phenomic online for free. Check that out. Tim I for supporting your boy. Big love to you. And of course, Thought Crimes. Tons of shout outs to them. They're awesome. They're amazing. And everybody else that, donates and gives to the boy and buys shirts and all that good stuff. Don't forget, shop.thatnerdsoul.com. Don't forget to pick up them shirts or mugs, a little onesie for your baby, whatever you need. Now, one thing he can't catch a break on is he goes to help the kid. How he in the most danger? Now, of course, I know the kid was like, yo, I want you to do the work and I'm going to give you the money and I just want the credit. But here's the thing about faking it till you make it. What do you think's going to happen when you get in the guild, stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like dude just wants the title to have it. What you think's going to happen on your next job? Like he's not going to be there. What do you expect to happen? You're going to end up dead. Kind of like he did in this episode because he thought he was smart. That's another thing. People that always think they're smarter than you are. I'm so glad. I'm glad he died. But, Mandalorian has to go do all the work. And then when he goes and speaks to the Tusken Raiders, homie like, what you saying? It's like, first thing, look, I got this. Let me negotiate. Second thing, they are the locals. and that's another thing that I love that we get in this show. Throughout this show, we've learned so much more through conversation about the galaxy. Because he's like, interesting. Because the Tusken Raiders looking at everybody else like they visitors. Because that's usually, you and I know, what happens to indigenous people. Either folks come in and take them, folks come in and kill them, or folks come in and move them out the way and pretend like data problem. So I'm pretty sure Tusken Raiders were probably there, and their original name probably wasn't even Tusken Raiders. That's probably not what they called themselves. That's probably what the Empire called them or something. But they were probably originally there, the indigenous people of that planet. And you know what happens. The Empire came with colonization and probably said, oh, we're much more civilized than you. We know how to do this better than you do. So I love that thought. I love that idea of just giving more life, more air to breathe in this galaxy and more context to what people feel about different aspects of the galaxy that we've already seen. Also, seeing the Cantina, especially this time in the galactic timeline or whatever after episode 6, man, business slow. Whoo! It ain't like it. You know how that bar, Cantina and Mos Eisley is like that spot that used to be like a vacation spot, and everybody used to want to go there, and now it's not like so hot anymore. So like the hotels are like running at 25%. You can't find a bar that's barely open. There's like one staff member in it. Like Mos Eisley done went through some but once again, that is a port that probably the Empire probably kept running because they needed it running. You know what I'm saying? So that was just something that was cool that I enjoyed from the aspect of just learning about the show. Now, of course, you know, I love my girl Chun Li, Agent Mother Melinda May in the house. Really though, man, you know I love my girl. So anyway, you want to go up? You want to go up? All right, cool. Come here. So you know I love my girl. You know you know she is my girl. All right. Seeing her in this role was just something fun. It was a nice like cherry because see, I didn't know she had been casted to be on the show. So I really enjoyed seeing her and like had a ball seeing her in the role playing it kind of like Melinda May, but also still, still adding a little flavor, to being, an assassin and all that stuff. Because of course Melinda May is a good guy with kind of like a darker side to her, but she's a good guy. And this, she's definitely at least morally ambiguous. And I love seeing her, and hopefully she's not dead. I really hope she's not dead, please. Because Ming-Na Wen is just a dope actress in general. I've always loved her. Like, she's just fresh, man. And she should have been getting more work for years. Her and Michelle Yeoh, bruh, man, son, I've been a fan of theirs for a minute. So her being in this, her one-on-one with the kid, how she twisted it and put like, you need to go get your boy a Mandalorian because that'll make you a legend. Kind of getting herself out of trouble now. Of course, that kind of put her back in danger. But you can't hate her for trying. You know what I'm saying? You cannot hate her for trying at all. So I'm going to pause for the cause real quick and give some big love to Curo Brand. You know they help us out, hold down the show, keep it real. Check out CuroBrand.com. It's awesome. The shirts and the hats and socks and drawers and whatever they got going on over there. I got a couple of shirts, you know what I'm saying? And freshness, flyness on my mind. Can't wait to get them in my hand. But you can check them out. Of course, the link is down below, CuroBrand.com. Super dope. And you can check them out on Instagram, CuroBrand. It's KuroBrand. And then after that, a big shout out to someone I'll be chilling with today is my man, Arcatron, Arcatron. We're going to be reviewing that new album. We're more of a ride along of that new album. Of course, The Space Bridge. Guys, man, the album is a real deal, son. Now, I'm going to say it. It's the real deal. So I'm excited. I'm super excited to get into it with him and just talk about how he made it and all that good stuff. So, excited about that. Super excited. Now, with that said, you get your boy Gunslinger. You try to be cool, want to double cross. At the end, did you see it coming any other way? Once he decided to cross the Mandalorian, did you think he would see another episode? Because I was like, nah, bro, he done. I was like, you done crossed the wrong one. You done went and took the child. You done went and pointed guns at the lady. She tried to fix the spaceship. Raise a crest, get it back on top. 100% try to make it there. You wanted to stop her. So, of course, your boy had to just clacker. Take her down, man. Had to take him down with extreme prejudice. And to that very moment, I like how old girl was like, "Oh, you're not as dumb as you look, or you're smarter than you look," or something like that. So I thought that was cool how he kept kind of like a callback to the flashbangs that they used earlier in the show. It was just interesting to see that side of bounty hunters, and just like this guy that doesn't belong there. You don't belong. You're trying too hard, but somehow you still want to be so bad, and you wanting to be so bad got you killed. So on to probably my favorite episode of this season, and big shout out to the folks that's watching. Big shout out, thank you for coming through. Going to hit that thumbs up. if you like what you're seeing, or you can hit that thumbs down. But if you hit that thumbs down, I'm gonna send on-card plot after you. You don't want that. So The Prisoner, which I think is probably my favorite episode. Rick Famuyiwa is one of my favorite newer directors. Like, he has been crushing pretty much everything I've seen him direct. And I was so mad when that whole Flash thing fell through. But anyway, this episode was another one of those situations where you knew it was like, they're gonna screw me, right? like old boy shows up, and all of a sudden the deal keeps changing. Like, remember on Darth Vader was like something like, pray I don't change it any further or something like that. Like, why the deal keep changing? First, you just needed one man. Now you need my ship. Now you don't want me to drive my ship. Now I can't drive my ship. Now you got this android. You know I hate androids. But now you got this droid driving my ship. Okay. Now you want me to go and leave my ship unattended. Something, and it's similar to if you've seen the movie Blade 2, treat yourself if you haven't. But Blade 2, there's this point where he's going to work with the team of vampires, and Whistler's like, so what do you think? He said, sounds like a plan. And he said, what do you really think? He's like, they're going to F us the first chance they get, and it's true. The first chance they got, and the thing that I love is that we knew and he knew. He didn't know what was happening, but he was like, so I don't know. Because this deal too wiggly. And also you knew it was dirty because they had the dirty cop from Too Fast, Too Furious. So you knew it was going to be dirty. Like, straight up, you knew it was going to be straight dirty, because once you saw that dude, whenever you see that dude from Too Fast, Too Furious, the one they put the mouse on his chest, you knew he was going to be dirty. But once again, this is an episode where we get so much knowledge out of conversations, or just how people feel about things in the galaxy in general, which I thought was really cool. Like when they were talking about homie's mask, and they were like, yo, just take your mask off. And he was like, are you a Gungan under there? And he's like, are you so gonna be mad? Like, just so you can see how other people feel about different, places, planets, races, whatever, in the galaxy. And also when Bill Burr, shouts to him, saw Baby Yoda, he said, did y'all make that? He was like, did y'all make this? So I thought that was cool. Also, the whole kind of like meet the team episode is something that it's so familiar and so, for me, refreshing to see in this context, because we're doing a lot of stuff that normally you don't see on screen for Star Wars. And I've just been enjoying it as another side of what happens in this galaxy. You guys know I've always wanted kind of like a Sopranos type of show. Like way back when I was on Jedi Alliance, I was like, yo, I would love to see a Sopranos type show with like, the Black Sun and the Hutts and and kind of see that kind of darker side and the seedy side. And, this is not exactly that, but it's cool. We get to see some dirty folks in this. We get to see some, some crummy people in here. And when the whole team is coming together, you immediately know, like, none of these people are too keen on Mandalorians. Like, what is it? Is it the big dude, or is it like, I think it's the big dude that's like, they're supposed to be the best warriors ever or something like that. And it's like, then why are they all dead? Like, like it's those conversations that let us know so much about the galaxy through eyes that aren't, the Skywalkers or their close friends. And don't get me wrong, I love those movies too. But what I like about this is that we get to have them both. And both of them matter in different reasons. I mean, in different ways. And this shows us what goes on, and how even the New Republic, what their ships look like, the droids they were using, how their jails were. They got some nice jails. Like, I ain't gonna lie. The New Republic. I mean, if you're gonna get locked up, I mean, you should get locked up by the New Republic, man, because they it's clean. It looks nice in there. I mean, I'm not mad at it's not like it's some crusty jail. Like you know how you watch movies in some horrible crusty old jail, but I ain't gonna front. Their jail is pretty nice. Big shout out to Ken came through. Been saying that for years. Star Wars Underworld should have been greenlighted decades ago. Yes. It's just something like an underworld kind of tone. It would have been a great balance to kind of like the main hero story, and then you could see like what goes on the other side of the galaxy with the Black Sun, the people, or the Hutts, or even if you have sort of like remnants of Death Watch, or depending on the timeline, if you have what's his Darth Maul still running things, you could play around with some things where they're not specifically right by the main story, but they're out far enough to where it doesn't matter. Also, I've always loved the idea of similar to was it 3001 or 4000? I think it's 4001 AD, which Valiant did with their comic book line, where you jump 2,000 years in the future and you tell some stories where it's so far in the future, it doesn't matter. Like nothing, you're not going to mess with any canon because it's like it's 2,000-3,000 years in the future. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had affinity for those type of stories. So with this going down into the jail, once again the deal keeps changing. First it's supposed to be only droids. Now there's a human there. Dude, you told me it was only going to be droids. Now we got to kill somebody. All right, so you killed the dude. Now we find the guy. Oh, now the guy we saving is some dude I got beef with. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, once he was in there, I was like, they're going to lock him in there. But, of course, Mando ain't alone. You got Baby Yoda down there. And the thing I love about Baby Yoda is Baby Yoda came through. Baby Yoda was able to be enough of a enough of a distraction for the android where I think it took him away long enough. Plus, when you have your boy coming through, when you have your boy coming through and knocking out all communications and having them in the dark, that was cool because you have this rescue op episode turn into almost a horror episode where they're locked in there with the Mandalorian and split up. This episode is the first episode and this episode are probably the best episodes of this show right now, bar none. It was crazy how he took them all down. Also, seeing him take down the androids, and you saw how they didn't help in and jump in. That's how you knew they was dirty. They was dirty. They wanted that ship because they wanted that ship. They wanted that ship, baby. Because remember, he said this is the only ship that's not on Imperial or New Republic scanners. So they wanted that ship. And they wanted that man, but they knew, we can't just straight up kill the Mandalorian because he too good. So they was like, all right, we got to do something sneaky. But he got them. And one by one took them down. Smashed the dude. I kind of wish he killed them, but I kind of understand why they didn't, because you do set up people that can be long-term villains that not only didn't already not like the Mandalorian, but now they really, really don't like the Mandalorian. You know what I'm saying? Like they hate that dude right now. So locking them all up in the same cell, perfect. Rick Famuyiwa killed it. The lighting, the shots, the angles, the pacing. This episode was slam dunk tight. Favorite part of the episode, probably that little look between Baby Yo and the Mandalorian, where it was kind of like I got you, son. I got you. Like, you ain't my son, but you my son now. I got you. And he started using the little baby force too. He was like, he started using baby force with them little three fingers, like, but the Mandalorian was like, pow. So, it was nice to see them team up. Man, this show is crushing right now. Takeaways from this episode. How are you feeling? How are you feeling going into this next episode that's airing Wednesday? Because they're dropping an episode before Star Wars. Man, The Rise of Skywalker, if there's some kind of cool tie-in, I can't wait. Because they're dropping this new episode on us on Wednesday. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited. I am extremely pumped for this. I think we got a show that's doing some fun things in the Star Wars universe. And you take that plus the movies that we got, plus Star Wars Clone Wars coming, plus whatever new trilogies or whatever they got planned. We got some pretty cool stuff on the way, man. I'm pretty excited. The show is crushing, man. The way he set them up at the end, we was like, yo, you gotta keep your code, son. Gotta keep your code. You can't kill me. You gotta take me back. You're like, all right, I got you. Peace, bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it all. Little NERDSoul light. I ain't gonna say the whole thing, but I'm just peace, bit. You know what I'm saying? And then the X1, the TIE fighters come through. Pop up. I couldn't be more happy with how this episode turned out because your boy Mandalorian, he faced the fire and he came through. You know, he got rough and tumble and handled everybody. Big shout out to Jade in the house. She said, I was stressed this whole episode. If he leaves Baby Yoda one more time, I'm fighting him. Yo, man, he can't keep him the whole time, yo. He can't keep Baby Yoda the whole time. But here's the thing. Baby Yoda, he can handle himself. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like a full baby. He like a baby, but he's like not an infant. You know, that's what I'm saying. He can move around a little bit, you know, shake and bake. You know what I'm saying? The android was looking for him. Android cat scanners couldn't even find him. You know what I'm saying? Because Yoda be like, we out of here. Big shout out to Ken. Which Merc was your favorite? I like Clancy Brown's Demon Alien. He bossed up on the security droids. My favorite would probably be, let's see. My favorite would probably be somewhere. I like Bill a lot. I like Bill a whole lot. Just because Bill Burr is just stupid. And then also the girl. I can't remember. Is it King or was the brother's name King? I can't remember, but her because the knives. I love the throwing of the knives. So she's probably my favorite because the throwing of the knives. Also, when she turned around and gave that look like she was just pure evil, like you knew she was wrong. Also, since we're getting into the seedy side, I gotta double check. But let me know, is Ventress still alive? I think Ventress is Ventress is dead now. Quinlan Voss is still alive. I think Ventress died in that book, Dark Disciple. Yeah. Ventress died, I think. So I was about to say, is Ventress still around? Because that would be dope to see. But I think Ventress died in Dark Disciple. I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, because I love Ventress as a character. Her character arc in the Clone Wars was incredible. From going from a Padawan to assassin, Sith, dark side, to back with the Night Sisters, to being, kind of orphaned because her mother's gone, and then to the bounty hunting, and then to kind of reforming and leaving that, and then meeting, Quinlan. So much in her. But this episode crushed it. The Prisoner is awesome. I'm gonna probably have to go back and watch that again. It's just fresh. I've already watched it twice. Probably have to watch it again. Big takeaways from this one. Don't trust the dude from Too Fast, Too Furious with that like kind of greasy curly hair. Don't trust him. Takeaway number 2, whenever the deal starts changing, bounce. Whenever this is something we can take from the movie to the real world, all right? And I'm all about having deeper conversations based on so let me teach you something, all right? If you getting up with some people and the deal just keep changing, the deal just keep getting worse and worse. Just every time you turn around, it's something new getting added on or something getting taken away. Better bounce. So guys, thank you for chilling. Of course, holler at me. I'm gonna holler at you down in them comments. Big shout out to Jade. She said Xeon, aka Nymphadora, aka OSHA. Well, thank you. Big shout out to Ken that came through. Much love. Thank you for your comments. Big shout out to Jade. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you hit that thumbs down, I'm going to send, of course, the Imperial droids after you. And by now, they're a little crusted up, so they ain't going to kill you straight off. It's going to be a slow kill because they moving slow. All right, you don't want that. Also, big shout out to, of course, Blurdish, Thought Crimes, Enrique Carrion. Big shout out to Brandon Easton that has a Kickstarter for Dominion's Light right now. I already supported it. I can't wait to get my hardcover. It's super dope. Brandon Easton, you are that dude. And when it comes out, I'm trying to get an interview, man. Stop hating on a brother. But Dominion's Light, check it out. Dominion is regular spell. Dominion's Light. Light, L-I-G-H-T, is easy. Check that out on Kickstarter. It's a cool book, and I can't wait to read it. And the art is flittings. So, guys, until next time, which will probably be Wednesday, unless I'm traveling on that day, I might be traveling on that day, so we'll see. But we'll talk about the next episode because, actually, you know what? I might wait to talk about that episode because I might have some people to talk about the episode with. But guys, I got tons of stuff coming on the channel. I got NERDSoul Gaming coming today. I got interview with Arcatron on Space Bridge coming probably late tonight. I got Atomic Nerd coming soon, probably tomorrow. So big shout out to the Atomic Podcast with Ephraim Guzman, all them cats. Much love to y'all. So, of course, from us to you, NERDSoul Light, you out. NERDSoul, I'm out. NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, all that stuff. Just search NERDSoul. You shall find me. And, of course, peace. Oh, I said peace. What, you gonna say peace? Peace. Peace. What you going to do? I said peace. What you got to say? I said peace. A NERDSoul said peace. A come on. I said peace. What you gonna do? I said a peace. What you got to say? For real. Thank y'all for coming through. Love all y'all. Till next time. Holla.